the wrong one. Mic test, testing the mic. You'd think I'd have that ready. I tried to queue it up. Let's see if we can't find the dang old. Where's it at? I'm gonna make it happen. Hold on. We got a request. I don't understand. We're gonna create a new thing here, right? We'll create the new thing. We'll create the new thing, and then we scroll on down. And then what's that song called? It's that one. And then this thing's probably going to be real loud. So I hit this button. Why ain't it? Remove you, yes. And then I hit this button.
Get your paint and your minutes ready.
There you go. Oh no, I don't have the Popcat over top of the stream starting soon.
Come on over to the bullshit corner. We've got your minutes and a brush for you. Grab you a biscuit, pour some gravy on top.
This is for you, Mr. Tyler Stembridge.
Dang old box. A steady hand and a bag of paint. With a little bit of help from the biscuits in chattels.
Bag of paint.
Get colors from base to matte. From layers of thin washes and a brush lick or two. He'll paint those minis right up for you. Yay! Haw! Let it sip off. Take your eck off. Well, baby. Oh, baby, oh, baby, well, baby, gravy biscuit with some jelly on top. Only one, higgle, biggle, bop. Bullshit corners streaming all night. Good old boys, Mechs and a tabletop fight.
All right, that's enough of that. Let me get over to the corner over here, and I can get us started up proper. Oh wait, I need to mute this mic. Now we can do an actual mic test. Oh my goodness. We do the mic test. Testing on the microphone. Okay. Alright. That's a dang old mess. I should be able to now hit this button and send us on in. I want to shuffle the music too because I was listening to it earlier. Well, howdy y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Loud Traffic Sounds of Downtown San Francisco. Bienvenidos a mi transmisión espectacular. Ooh, did I turn this off? I need to turn this thing off. Power off. All right, sending it on it. Damn it, it's pumping ads to me, y'all. I'm trying to get my chat up over here. Anyhow, tonight, first off, feet fork is the right answer there. Tonight I thought I'd print out them mechs that we was talking about in the last good Lord, I can't even sort out my thoughts. I thought we'd get out them models that I set on the build plate during our last workflow stream and get them printed out. And I was all upset because of my failed Paintstream on Wednesday that I wanted to paint. I want to paint. So we're painting. We're painting for the fun of painting, which I think is actually a first on this channel. In all actuality. Anyhow, welcome. Remember to check out the CloudBot Loyalty Store. I believe it's there's a link in the description down below. It's a little difficult for me to post it here. I should really grab my other phone too so I can coordinate that. Give me just a second. I'm going to run across the room and grab that thing. I'll BRB. I swear I'll BRB. I will BRB. It's just right there. I don't need it to film. I don't need it to film tonight. It ain't about the filming. It is about popping up the loyalty points store. We got some updates. We got some fun little updates. Make sure to check out that page from time to time. Because I do update the things. In fact, let me try to switch on over to here. And then if we do this, will this work? How do I find my own live? There we go. Boom. Now turn that down. Uh-oh. Yeah, there it goes. All right. Here's the new one. I'll show off the new one. I think that's it.
I am the cream, yeah. The cream of the crop. And there is no one that does it better.
Yes. The cream. And the cream will rise. I think that one has a global cooldown. We also have the dang old, our gravy and our butter have been updated. Here we go. I want as many options for y'all to completely hijack the stream. I want it to...
And a double helping of gravy.
Yes. Yeah, I want y'all to be able to... theoretically, if enough people got in here and did the redeem spam, you could hijack the entire stream from start to finish and just completely block out the screen. And I love that amount of fuckery. That said, I do want to get to painting. So we got these mechs that I set out on a build plate during that editing stream. I was digging the master unit list and trying to figure out which which mechs or which faction would actually have these. And then I needed to cross-reference because I want to do a simple camo on these boys. And I discovered the... What are they called? The Black Wind Lancers? Black Wind Lancers, yes. The Black Wind Lancers. I'm on the wrong page, though. I need to go camo specs. Let me... yes, it begins. It begins. So the simple camo scheme we're going for, I discovered that the Capellan Confederation had a mercenaries, or a not necessarily mercs, but a regiment that gets the camo that I'm after, and also has all these units available legally in the Third Succession War. So we're gonna go with the Black Wind Lancers, which are like a tan and ivory kind of camo pattern with blue accents. So we're gonna go for a real simple paint up tonight. We're gonna be working with some contrast colors. We're gonna kick it back. We're gonna paint on some models. We're gonna hang out. And I want to thank y'all for showing up. Tonight should be a fun one, though. Anyhow, let's start by prepping our dang old wet palette. Ain't got to worry about filming nothing. We're just going to paint, see where it takes us. Have a fantastic night. Hope you're all doing well out there in internet land today. Let's just do it this way. Get this here hydrofoam nice and hydrolated. I think that's enough liquid. It might not be. Slink is making dinner. Excellent. Excellent. I just had a little bit to eat myself. Had some leftover pizza pie, which actually gave me some horrible indigestion. And I'm not usually prone to indigestion now. I hope you're making something savory and delicious for you and yours. I hope it is a fantastic meal. Alright, so wet palette's ready. I'm going to slap down a piece of parchment paper. It'll curl up a little bit. You just coax it back down into position. And I think we're going to hop to with our first color of choice, and what we're going to do is we're going to apply this Pallid Bone Speed Paint. I think that's the choice here, because this is a nice kind of ivory kind of color. I don't have a GW color that would work as well for this, so we're going to hit it with this first. And I think between these models and the bases, we should be able to do a little bit of back and forth on them. And we shouldn't have to spend too much time, or if any time, letting them you has message. What? I have a message. What are you saying? You has massage? Message. Do I have a message? I need to check. Ah, yes. Those are perfect. I agree. Nate coming through with ideas. Slink said, also I printed out a lance for my Karita that included a Jenner. Turned out an already printed and painted Jenner in the exact scheme I was going to use. Fantastic. Ooh, nice. Emery rolling a 99. Goulash. Moist goulash. It's wet. It's exclamation point wet, I believe. All right, so let's dig into our Pallid Bone here. We're going to put a little on the table here, and I think we're actually going to thin it out a little bit. So I should try to find my... Yeah, there it is. Use a little bit of this Express color medium from Vallejo. Vallejo, for for those of y'all in the States. Goulash is 57% moist. That's actually... If your goulash was only 57% moist, then it's like a chunky forkful stew at that point. All right, so we have just thinned this out at about a 5-to-3 ratio. I want to say 5 drops of speed paint to 3 drops medium, and I think that's maybe a little too... Well, let's put some down and see how it works first. Do I have a sacrificial model to test it on? I don't think I do. Not offhand, at least. Fuck it, we're gonna just roll with it. Nothing but, you know, happy accidents and whatnot. But following the camo specs guide that I watched for the inspiration of this, we're just gonna take our nice pointy fat bottom brush. We're gonna hit this model with a nice solid coat. The camo specs guy recommends letting it pool a little bit so you get a little variation on the surfaces. And I think this will work fine, and we'll get that nice pale color over which we can start putting on some mottled dark brown, tannish, maybe reddish a bit patterning over top of it. Massage is 81% sus. Does it come with a happy ending? It's not a real massage unless you get a happy ending. That level of sus, I think not. Wet clams in the Pacific Ocean. 63% moist. That's... Something's wrong with your clams if they're only 63% moist. I think this color is going to do kind of what we want here. Let me get the zoom in a little bit further on that boyo there. Let's bring it in real close. I ain't worried about filming it. I'm just going to try to focus. Keeping this in frame. But the official colors are listed as an ivory and tan camo pattern. So I think this here pallid bone thinned down is going to do the job. I'm applying this over kind of a somewhat zenithal prime job. I started out by priming the model, the lower half of it in its entirety, mostly from a bottom-up angle in black. And then I hit the whole thing from the side with gray. And then I hit the top down with white. I wanted to pump up the contrast a little bit. I think this would have actually been a really good case for using the Mr. Surfacer Mahogany primer that Night Shift uses all the time instead of the black. But it's fine. It'll just desaturate a little bit as it moves into the cooler shadows. Does Gun Barrel not print out? It broke. It broke. So instead of trying to print another one, I decided to give him a little bit of character and sanded it flush and drilled a hole. I think I supported it in a weird orientation is what happened. I didn't get a notification for this, so YouTube is being all magical. I'm actually not sure how the notification stuff works. It seems like it's a little hit or miss. Not really sure. I know there's some settings you can tweak to try and control who your content gets pressed out to. In fact, if you turn off the notify my followers option, it's like it'll favor pushing the content to new people over the folks who regularly watch. I'm not really sure how to tweak that. Also, the algorithm is not kind, and because I don't slave away and release a video every single week, it's like, ambivalent about my success. But that's fine. I'm still here doing the thing. Alright, so we're going to get that foundation here on this lad. I think what we'll do is we'll come back after this dries and hit it with a little Agrax Earthshade, perhaps. Some of my mechs I use plaid bone, others GW skeleton horde. Can't tell the difference. Pallid bone. Yeah. It's good to know that it's like dead on for skeleton horde. Sus YouTube 79%.
It's on fire. How is it on fire?
So that slime there. So the slimes are definitely aimed at the TTRPG Tuesday event, really. But there's got to be a way I could incorporate those into a paint stream. Should I let chat be able to summon a slime that I also have to paint while I'm painting other things? Should we make a game of that, perhaps? Chat can spin the wheel. I have to do silly things like add yet another coat of Nuln Oil to the model, or dip it in texture paint. That could be fun. It also could go really poorly. Yeah. Country Fried Minis, is that the Centauri on file? I sent you a different one. It's yours. It's yours. Check it out. He's got the moved missiles. He's got the chunkier head. He's got the bigger gun arm. He's got a hand instead of a claw. Yeah, that's the one. It broke when I was removing it from the supports, and I only started printing them this morning, so I just had enough time to do it. This is kind of a last-minute decision to do this thing. Very impromptu. I didn't want to jump into the project that y'all voted on until the Wednesday paint stream proper. Fucking autocorrect screwing it. Yeah, exactly. Or you have to use that color. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I think it could be really fun. And I'm sure there's a way to integrate spinning a wheel in the loyalty store. Although I think for that might have to be an event where people get their points stripped from them beforehand, or you just make them really expensive to redeem, something like that. All right, I see that I have little supports here. So while we're working with this color, we're going to come in here and we're going to remove. Come on now. If I could do this without knocking the model off the base, that would be really good. And these don't have to be perfect. I don't care if there's some scratches on the model. Whatever. We're trying to do these low impact, low skill. I want to kind of put together a paint scheme here that a novice could follow, even if they never painted a model before. I'm going to try to paint these in their entirety over the course of this stream. We shall see, though. We shall see. All right, that's two. That's two base coated with our pallid bone. I'm going to mix up some more. My connection was being tarded. Had to restart. Yeah, exactly. You have to fool the demons and gremlins. The algorithmic gremlins. We're going to go with 12 drops of Pallid Bone, and we're going to go with 6 drops of the Express color. This is a 2-to-1 ratio. I probably overdid it on the thinning, but that's fine. It's going to stain them this kind of light bone color, which is a good foundational point anyways, because the color that goes over top of it is going to be much darker. Now the trick with this stuff here, I don't know if y'all have worked with speed paints before, but same holds true with contrast colors. You want to apply this kind of full strength very solidly and very quickly. If you let the edge of your paint start to dry at all and don't keep it moving around, you'll end up with these tide marks on the model. Kind of ruin the effect. So that's why I'm spinning these so rapidly and slapping at it with a big old fat brush. And I've purposely chosen the lightest color to be the kind of undercoat here. So we're going to paint a stronger tone over top to develop our camo contrasty bits. Camo Specs Online is a great tutorial for GDL. Yes, yeah, they do. I followed the camo specs for Arcab Legion, I think is what this was. Battletech Itsu. How about if Paintstream interactions just use a different currency that was exclusive to Paintstreams? I think you're getting into a complicated territory, and I don't know if there's a way to set up a second currency. Could always do like a fundraiser Paintstream where you're like, you could use the biscuit coins to do something low impact, and then I have to follow whatever a super chat says. Something like that. But I'd only do that if I had a goal that we're trying to raise money for here on the channel, which right now I think we're pretty solid. Now that we've worked out the focus on this Brio, I can't think of what else that I would ask the community to try and fund. A reminder to those of you out there that don't know, this Brio, this 4K webcam, which of course it doesn't look super great for minis, unfortunately, was funded by the generous community. Slink says, I use the Camo Specs GDL method to paint my blue camo gun. Very nice. Nathan says, what? What are you wetting? Emery's giving out 6-layer lasagna. Actually, you know, a 6-layer lasagna could be pretty good. I think at that point you're almost getting to somewhere between a lasagna and like ravioli. There might be something to that, a 6-layer lasagna. Oh, and speaking of lasagna, if y'all haven't seen, North of the Border put out a Gorefield sculpt video that was really fun. Very simple sculpt and paint up of a fun character. I highly recommend it if you ain't seen it already. I do enjoy the tiny nerdy things. Alright, so that's 3 down. I think we're gonna mix up more of this stuff here. Martin Mull passed away today. I was unaware. R.I.P. indeed. There's another 12 drops there. We're going to do 6 to thin it. There we go. Nightbot pushing those t-shirts awful hard. I think I need to change the priority between the t-shirt and the Patreon. And of course, as always, if any of y'all have ideas for fun t-shirt stuff, just let me know. I'll throw it up on the Threadless store if it's feasible. That's how we ended up with the Pitted L Pork Chop t-shirt, latest one out. If you want to look like a 1998 GW employee, available over at the Threadless store. Make sure to message me on Discord and I'll give you the discount code. You can get it at producer cost. I think I post it every now and then because it's Martin Mull tried to hypnotize Wonder Woman with a flute in 1977. But isn't hypnotizing just all make-believe anyways? Like, the other person has to be in on it. I don't see how that would work. I'm almost convinced the lasso, the golden lasso, is similar. Like, they got to be in on it too. No way that works. It's magic. No. It's the boobies. Damn, that's 2.99s have come out tonight. I think it's a 98 to 100. It may only be a 99 to 100. And you get, what is it, 3 times? It's more accurate to say that one can only hypnotize themselves. Yeah, I could see that. I often go into trance-like states, space out when my brain is working hard on things. Okie day. So, we've gone around all 4 of the mechs. Let's hit the Pegasus. Fabulous little model here. I can't remember who did this. I want to say it's a Brian Bonsai sculpt. I have it tonight thanks to Mr. Tobias von Stellian. Big thanks to you, mister. I was about to print out a really bad one, but this one is really nice. Pegasus is one of those chassis that I've known about from I think they were in the Crescent Hawks Revenge, the second Crescent Hawks game for DOS. I want to say they were there. You got Harassers, Pegasus, and maybe Condors. Some really nice panel lines on that. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's a Brian Bonsai tank. And all his sculpts are definitely made with mini painting in mind. It's unfortunately something that doesn't come across with the Sylogy models. I mean, don't get me wrong. The work that Mr. Matt Mason is doing is fabulous, and it's great to have the MWO sculpts like with the details beefed up enough to actually paint on them. But they are video game models. They are not sculpts made with painting in mind. Okay, so it looks like we still have a little drying to go on our Vindicator. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in a little work on these bases while we wait. And I'm not too happy with the prints on these. I should have done these in resin. I found these little like street texture bases and gave them a go on my FDM printer, and it made a whole bunch of like little spidery webby bits. And what we'll do is I think paint those up to resemble some kind of ruin, rubbly, dusty, dirty, craggly bits. Some of Brian Bonsai stuff has some bad mesh island stuff going on, like the classic Shadowhawk is a pain in the ass. That's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to work around that stuff. Let's start with... Do we go with the medium sea gray? I think we do. I think we do go with the medium sea gray. And of course, to prepare the medium sea gray, I'm going to call out a good old friend. Good old Pink Mound. Onilab does the trick. Let that go for a minute. Just let that roll for a minute. Get it good and mixed up.
And a double helping of gravy.
All right, thank you, Onilab. Bippy. Little Bippy Doo. Yes. All right. So we're going to run with the medium sea gray. And I think what we'll do is we'll get this put on these and then hit it with the Nuln Oil over top. Slink calls for a Popcat. Is that... Popcat is really an all-timer. It's such a good video. Such a fantastic little meme. This hit our era of pop culture. Of course, it's ancient news now. I'm an old man using it, but I love it. We'll work in some more cats somehow. All right. Still the same brush. We're using our Princeton Select 4-round, and it is a big old fat bottom, but it has a nice pointy tip. It's not super sharp, but it's fine enough for the application we're going here. And I'm gonna mix it in and work. I'm gonna work it in on all these sections that look like they could potentially be metal or concrete. And what we'll do is we'll end up putting a little bit of dust and foliage over top of these techno babble bits to have our mix kind of blend in with the area well. Maybe we'll do some rust. Who knows? We'll get there. We're just going to take it a model at a time, a brush stroke at a time even. Ooh, let's check in on that pole. Can I check it over here? Chat filter all messages. It's not showing me. I can see it over here though. Who is ahead? We are a dead tie between Bleep Blorp and Sleep Pork. Popcat makes me think about peanut brittle for some reason, or gummy Legos. Now, I haven't thought of gummy Legos since I had gummy Legos. And, I wonder if that's just because of the style of childish humor that is PopCat. Those bases may have come out better at 0.1 layer height. They are. They're 0.1. I like to do my layers actually half that, but I tried to find a balance between speed. Like I said, I printed these this morning, and yeah, I think there's some flow issues with my nozzle. Maybe with the retraction speed that leaves these little stringy bits on models when it retracts. So it made a mess of all the details. I would definitely do these on the resin printer. Of course, the trade-off is the hex edges are generally a little better on the FDM printer. Excuse me. Okay, so yeah, it was just a tiny detail. Yeah. It's all these lifting points. I think I need to adjust. I need to tweak and adjust the flow speed of the filament itself. Coming out the extruder, hot end extruder, whatever it's called. I'm learning things. So just to reaffirm and remind folks about the PopCat. So the way the points work, if nobody's handing out the points, then for every 5-minute period in which you have been an active chatter, you'll be awarded 5 points. So potentially, if someone came in here and just said something once every 5 minutes, they could have a PopCat pop on screen every 5 minutes till the end of the stream. And I will not slow that down or make it harder to do until it becomes a problem. That's just FDM. Stringing is and always will be a thing. You have to include fire in your post-processing. I did use a little fire on these, and it helped somewhat. It was very hurried. I started these bases while hanging out with a few fellers in the CFM Discord voice chat, which, if y'all don't know, we hang out over there all the time. Love to hear from you, see what you got going on. The old Discord community has kind of become this thing. And I'm really humbled by the amount of participation and all the fantastic shares we got going on over there at the Country Fried Minis Discord. Make sure to check it out if you ain't already. Link in the description down below. And while I'm pushing folks to become part of the community, if you really enjoy what we do here in the corner and you want to support the community and support me directly, to help ensure that I'm able to continue doing this full time, consider joining up as a member. For as little as $1 a month, the Jelly Biscuit tier, you get access to a fun little badge next to your name here on YouTube to show off to all the people who are not members. Biscuit-based emojis, and you'll get priority consideration for community streamed events like the Tabletop Tuesday TTRPG. But of course, if you like to support and you don't have the spare pocket change, all that YouTube stuff goes a long way. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Just come here and hang out. That's all I'm really asking. or acetone. You put a shot glass of it in a foyer with your print, and it will cause the surface to soften and flow onto itself. Is the stream lagging for y'all, or is that just my Wi-Fi? Let's troubleshoot this internet. I think might be a problem. 1 second. I'm gonna hit this BRB. I hate Comcast. I hate Comcast. I hate Comcast. I hate Comcast. I fucking hate Comcast. I hate them. I hate this company. I hate them so much. Are we back to some semblance of stable? It's green again. I've been having trouble with Comcast all day. It's out of my control. They are a shit garbage tier ISP and regularly fail to deliver the service that is paid for. I hope their CEO has an anal fissure the next time he eats Chipotle. It looks kind of stable. I got green lights over there again. Yeah, they were horrible. I was having problems with them today, and I called about it. And their automated reply service says, there are problems in your area, and there's nothing you can do about it. Get fucked. That's word for word from the recording. Yeah, it does look smooth again. I see green lights. They're shit garbage. I hate them. I hate them so much. I genuinely wish evil upon that company. They're my only option, unfortunately. Well, I have another option. I could go AT&T DSL, but it's very slow. It's very slow and it is very expensive. But yeah, as far as high-speed internet, my building has a standing contract with Comcast. They're my only option. I need to maybe go to the next tenant meeting and start raising the concern with management and be like, hey, y'all really need to make other options accessible to us. I know I've mentioned it before. I've got the Google Fiber building. Their WebPass substation is like right at that window right there. And I would love to have their service. They're cheaper, they're faster, they're better in every way. They actually give you upload speed. You could imagine that. Instead, I'm stuck with the worst company in America. Thank you for calling Comcast. Get fucked. Bend over, biatch. The best are encounters an anal fisherman next time they go on a boat. Yes. My favorite dealings with Comcast have been in reaching out to customer support. I'm assuming it's India, based on the accents. And they answer, and the technicians, like, they read the script, and that's it. They read the script and they reset your router, and that's literally all they can do. They even have the audacity to try and upsell you service when you're having issues. It's kind of amazing. Yeah, it's disgusting. Actually, my favorite part about dealing with Comcast is the I swear the automated assistant is calculated to get you to, like, lose your cool and hang up. We're gonna go to Flat Earth, by the way. The automated assistant picks up the phone and says, the first thing is it confirms that you're calling from your address, and you have to say yes, and then you have to say yes again because it didn't hear you. But then it says, hold on a moment while we look up your details, and the computer makes clickety-clackety keyboard sounds at you for multiple seconds. You could get wireless. 5G isn't the worst option. It's a price to upload speed. And the thing about 5G is 5G is largely a lie and a scam. Like, I got on the 5G plan for my phone, and it's not actually 5G, it's 5G LTE, which is just 4G. The problem is I really need way more upload speed than they're giving me. And I'm just not willing to pay for what the amount you have to pay to Comcast or even the wireless services to get the good upload speed. I'm very envious of places that have gig up, gig down. Then again, you know, the technicians at Comcast don't actually know the difference between upload and download speed. You call them and you say, I'm having issues with my upload speed. And they say, oh, I understand you're having issues with your downloads. It's like, no. Just the upload speed. Alright, so, next color. We're going to put on a little bit of Flat Earth and all these craggly bits while we wait on our skeleton horde to dry a little more. And I'm thinking what we can do here is to maybe switch on over to the... I know I have another brown, another deeper brown tone. We could maybe take the snakebite leather and mix a little bit of the Crusader Crimson or Crusader Flesh into it. Get a little bit of that, like, red Crusader Skin. That's what it is. Get a little bit of that red in it. I think that would work really well. And we're going to kind of do some blotches, some tiger stripey patterns. And then we can move on to some ink washing. But in the meantime, our little bases here will serve as an excellent pivot point so we can continue to be busy. Also, let me take a moment to apologize to y'all here in chat. I didn't set out to have this be a bitch about Comcast day, but man, they suck. I hate them so much. I hate them so much. Are we still stable? It looks stable. I have green lights over there. I don't see the hard line messing up. Let's pop this bad boy back to full screen projector. Put a little bit of Flat Earth down here. All this stringy bits is gonna work for some nice, like, ruiny, dirty, overgrownish. We'll put some little turf on it, little bits of greenery. And these bases, I don't even remember where I got them, but they're very nice because they're still very flat, despite how much detail is on them. Do a couple layers of lightning browns on these. I think next we'll dry brush a little bit of a lighter gray over the sea gray. It should work nicely. Could maybe even put in some like steel tones over this stuff that looks like mesh plating. I think that could look all right. You're good, dude. It's been like two months since your last Comcast Rant Fest. Oh, I'm sure there's more coming. I need to, like I said, I need to make a point to mention to management at the next tenant meeting, hey, please give us another option for internet. I hate this company. They're making my life difficult, and they suck. All right, yeah, I think what we're gonna do. Well, first we're going to check these lads to see if we can actually start putting paint on them now. Hopefully they're dry enough. Mini Hulk Mechs has got some good bases, rubble, dirt, cracked ground, etc. I don't remember who did these. I wish I did, because these are really nice. The bevel on these matches... I don't know where I set those other ones. The bevel on these matches the angle of the catalyst bases, which I like a lot. I'm a little bit of a stickler for that. All right, let's take a peek at our boy here. We still have some crusty stuff in the corners. I'm gonna grab my hairdryer real quick. Let's hit a BRB, and I'm going to hit an ad break, and I'm going to grab that, and we're going to hit these with the hairdryer a little bit, just to speed it up some. Hairdryer was with the art supplies over by my tattoo chair. I like having the uniformity in the dimensions, so I get it. Yeah, I know that some people it don't bug them, but I don't know, something a little off about them being not perfect. Also, this might blast ears here, so I'm gonna watch the mic level. I think it's okay. I think that's good enough. I mean, these are just about ready. Just about. Excellent. Excellent. It's going to be good enough. And it's okay. If we get a little bit of blending on them, it's fine. It is fine. So we're going to move on to, I think what we want is snakebite leather plus crusader skin, which I should have some snakebite leather right there. Completely eliminated. What's eliminated? What's eliminated? What? I lose track so quickly of what I'm talking about with the chat here. So I apologize if I am behind and lost. Like a lost child at the mall. I cry because I can't find my mommy. Come on now. Alright, so we'll do our little toothpick trick here. I don't know how much we're doing here. That much. That looks like an alright amount. And then we'll use our crusader skin to impart a little bit of redness to it. I could also maybe put in the flesh wash, but I think we want to stick to the contrast dryer. Completely eliminated. The dryer, was it not coming through at all? Is Discord actually kind of good sometimes? We're gonna go with 5 drops of that in there. I think that's a good amount. And I need a smaller, sharper brush for this. So let's do...
And a double helping of gravy.
Ooh, yeah, the gravy. You're gonna blow your minis. Yes. Let's do this here Vallejo #1 synthetic detail brush. Get it into shape first. I'm gonna mix this stuff up. Let me get this where y'all can see it. I'm gonna mix our snakebite crusader skin mixture up, and we're gonna drag a little bit out. It is still not quite red enough. Let's do another 3-4 drops of that in there. Oh, you know what y'all ain't seen? Now that I'm thinking about it, we could do. Let's do one of these. Y'all ain't seen the butter. The butter got an update as well. Is it gonna work?
Well, butter my biscuits.
Yeah. A little bit of Google Foo, find me some videos. All right, that is still not quite reddening like I'd like it to. Unfortunately, I think I want it more red. So we're just gonna go with the flesh wash in there as well, which is a little more opaque. So we're gonna do 4 drops of that. I'll mix it up with this other brush. I need it more red. I need it reddish, brownish. I don't want it like super red, but I need it to have a red tonality to it. And it's whatever. It ain't reddening for me. This is fine. We're gonna roll with it. All right, so we're doing camo here. And the idea is just we want to break up silhouettes, right? So we're just going to paint splotches. It's got a little bit of redness to it. It's there, it's just not super there. And I'm going to go with kind of a fat, stripy pattern. And I don't really want to do it in such a way that it's a predictable pattern. But it's okay if you stray a little bit into that territory. Because, again, as with anything miniature related, you're wanting to sell the idea of the effect rather than, you know, picture perfect effects. And we're going to go back in with some opaque blue here in a little while anyways. I just want to hit it with some little streaks and some stripes and some splodges. Wherever your mind is calling out to you, wherever your brush is telling you that you want to hit that thing with a little bit of brown. Hey, let's put some right across his head. Like, why not? Onto that shoulder, maybe. How about some on the back? Let's come back here and give him a little streaky poo coming across that. We ain't worried about any kind of highlighting, any kind of shadow work. Just flow. Hit you a flow state. Streak them up. Hit them with some gunge. Some contrasted tones. Maybe stipple a few spots here and there. Let's do some spots. Do some spots, some splodges. About a little splodge right there. Right on that tit. How about right there on the arm there? Little one of them's. The stripes aren't fat, they're big bone. And yeah, look, it's funny, that is dried so quickly compared to our thinned wash earlier. Very nice. Oh my goodness. That scared the bejesus out of me. I think I'm getting...
Well, butter my biscuit.
Oh, butter my biscuit. I do like the butter. The butter's reasonable, right? One could redeem the butter every 10 minutes during a stream. Let me know if y'all think the pricings on things are unfair. I think they're pretty well balanced. I mean, they're just arbitrary numbers I picked out while being prompted to do so. There's no...
You think this is true outcome? No. Reroll the dice.
Reroll the dice. Reroll the dice. We got a 17. I think it's a hit. 17 would surely do the thing. Now, the re-roll the dice and stuff are intentionally priced pretty high because they directly interfere with the party during TTRPG Tuesdays. I hope some of y'all come around for that and throw some shenanigans into the chat while the party is playing. We'll be playing this coming Tuesday. Should be a lot of fun. Picking up at the end of last episode, where I want to say it was you, Emery, that summoned a brown slime right at the end. So I think the party is going to be jumping into a boss fight effectively right as the episode Yes. I'm really excited for it, actually. And I think the party has a consensus that they are all pretty excited as well. Really looking forward to it. All right, I think this boy has enough stripes. It doesn't need to be a whole bunch because we're going to hit it with a little dry brushing, and we're also going to hit it with the blue panels. So let's move on to the next lad. Who was the second one we were working on? I want to say it was the Cyclops. Cyclops is still a little moist in a few spots. Let's hit the Shadowhawk, who is only moist on the feet, which is fine. Let's do some little stripy actions. Try to work a little faster here. What are we looking at? 7:13 p.m.? Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Tomb Freezer Rockwall Funnel with Slime Effluent Gong Mixing like Ghost. Yeah. Yes. Yes, indeed. Let's sop this stuff up a little bit. It's getting on my fingers. It's making my fingers all slippy. These boys are just lightly glued to these round bases for now. I'm just going to pick some spots. I'm just going to hit some stripes. Same deal. So wherever your mind tells you, oh, that looks like a good spot for a stripe, just hit it. Don't question it. If you're thinking about it, when you're working on camo stripes, if you're putting thought to it, well, let me amend that. It's okay to put a little thought to it, but if you're sitting here deliberating, you're doing it wrong. Work with a feel. Work with a flow. Just hit it with the pattern. Put some marks on that boy. Things looking too long? That's fine. Join them up. Whatever's. It'll be fine. And because you're working with the contrast tone to do it, it'll even do some of the highlighting work for you anyways. See, I'm sitting here thinking that the shoulder panel is a little naked with just that one stripe on it, so we hit both ends, and then we'll put a little bit more right there. Why not? We're not worried about it. Just gonna hit it and keep moving. I think I want some across the head, maybe, like that. About some right. I'm thinking too much. I'm not following my own advice. A little bit there. A little bit here. Yes. Happy accidents. Make it so. Could do some little splotches too. Little splotchy dots. In fact, we'll put a little splotchy boo right there. Alright, I think that's enough on that one. Looks fine to me. Maybe a little bit on that knee. Boom. That one's done. On to the next one. Yeah, for camo, I have some small rules. Make sure there's some camo from every angle. Don't want a naked side and break panels. Yeah, exactly. I think about kind of the rule for doing when you're doing a tattoo cover-up, for instance. You kind of want to put something with lines that go perpendicular to the lines that you have. So same idea, like you want to run across those edges to break up the panels. It's funny, so much of my artistic approach comes from looking at the world with tattooist eyes. Alright, so, am I in frame? Should maybe make this thing... Let's make this thing full screen projector so I can see what I'm doing here. Autumn Tundra Dazzle, Stackpole Ambush Parade Dazzle. Let's run some across this way right here. Zoop-a-doop. And then I want to put some on that shoulder. Like that. And then we'll put some down here. And we'll link that up there since it's already kind of linking up anyways. Do some little splotches. Run some across here. Just flowing, you know? Try to be conservative with it, of course. But, you know, there's no right or wrong way to do it. As long as you're happy with your work, that's all that matters. I mean, realistically, we paint models to bring them to the game day, to show them off to our friends, to mutually congratulate each other on the fantastic work. But in the end, the only person you need to make happy with your work is you. So if you're happy with it, then I'm happy with it. Besides, again, these guys get blue, like, kind of steely tinged with cobalt kind of blue panels every now and then. Keep bumping that camera there. I apologize. This feels a little naked, perhaps. Let's extend that line across there, and then I want to extend this. That's a little naked too, so we'll put a little splotch that goes up onto the head, maybe. A little bit back here. There we go. I think the back of this calf looks a little naked. We should get some on the inside of the leg coming across that. There we go. That looks great. Perfect. On to the next one. Get out of that locust. Get into my heart. That's so funny. Sus camo. I'm kind of shocked how much the camo on this elemental looks like actual camo. Oh yeah, it does the job. It breaks up the panels. If y'all ain't seen that over on the Discord, make sure to go over and check it out. Another Nate did get a little robbed by our stream falling apart and my rage quitting before he could post. It's a bad night. Wednesday was a bad night after that stream. My patience for technical trouble is gone. No more technical troubles. Not after I've reinstalled Windows so many times in the last couple months. Oh shit, I just put my finger right on that. Let's try to recover that. There we go. I'm gonna put some little stripy dudes. Kind of anxious to see how this lance plays, to be honest. It's they're all kind of meant to be chassis that are jack of all trades, if you will. Got a little something for every range band, a good mix of weaponry, no real focus in style, just ready to deal with whatever, which would make sense for a regimented unit. And then they're also intended to run, can't remember if it's a 5K. I think it's a 5K. Why are these Black Wind Lancers not black and lances? That's a good question. That's a great question. It may have to do with some of the fluff of their founding. I chose them because they were camo, and that they were Capellan, which was the only faction that I could find in the last Succession War, the Renaissance era, that had all of these mechs available on Master Unit list. Not many folks outside of the Capellans had Vindicators, circa 3039. I was going to do Karita, I was going to do Arcab Legion, as per the camo specs tutorial. Damn it, I got fingerprints on that. So the only really hard requirement was a camo unit. And I know you can paint any lance, any regiment in like operational camo. Like I get that, but this is their color scheme. I tend to be a parade color player. Just, I don't know, it's nice to identify your forces. And as a, longtime Space Marine player, I do like the flashy colors of parade schemes. Put a little bit maybe coming up underneath that right there. Thought our music was broken for a second there. By the way, bitch a hose with him like that. Centurion, Vindicator, Cyclops are all 4-6, I think. Vindicator jump, and the Shadowhawk being 5-8-3. Yeah. Need 2 more likes, or I'm gonna talk smack about y'all's abuelos. Oh no, no. Let's keep Graham folks out of this. I'll be the voice of reason here. All right, so we're grinding along here. I think I'm gonna extend this panel breaking line down to there. We're We're gonna bring it all the way around the arm, actually. I think we want a few little, like, blotchy bits. Little blotchy bits here and there. A little dabby-doo. Little dibble-bop right there. Diddly-doo. Dibby-dap. Across that corner. There we go. How about one on the tip of that knee? Perfect. I think that's enough. I think that's enough on our Cyclops. We'll have one more right there. Bam. Plenty. We're going to have blue panels on these anyways. So some of these spots are going to get completely painted over. And then Pegasus is going to get the same treatment. We're just going to woof. We're going to pick a spot and we're going to swoosh this across it. Right across it. Dibby dabby doo. Zip zap. Slabbity dabby doo. Perfect. We'll run some right there, maybe. How about some on the turret? Wow, right across there. Just, you know, go with it. Let's actually extend that up onto the gun there. But a little back here. Why not? A little on this corner? Sure. It's your model, and you can paint it any damn way you damn well please. I have no abuelos. My pet-peps are on the ground where you can't hurt them. All right, I think we got some camo. We got some camo stripes. Perfect. Excellent. So let's think about how we're going to achieve this, like, desaturated next tone on these boys. And I'm actually thinking what they need now is a dry brush. Do I dry brush before the ink wash, or do I ink wash before the dry brush? I think I'm going to ink wash before the dry brush. That's what I'm going to do. So we're going to get out a little bit of Agrex Earthshade. And we're going to thin it down. We're going to thin this down. That's plenty. I want this real thin. Here, let's bring out this camera view a little too. We'll close that. We can come back to a 90-degree angle, but keep our zoom level, I think. That ought to do us real nicely. Y'all hear that? I think I might do some more Mechs in my blue stripes. I feel like it uses a lot of magic blue, though. That's fair. Let's see, how thin is our Agrex? It's pretty thin, but that's fine. We can go with thin. And when you do these in the reverse of the same order that we just did, and we're just going to hit... We're going to hit the lower extremities as kind of the focal point of this wash. This is real thinned out. Real thinned out Agrex Earthshade. We just want to punch some shadow into the panels a little bit. Try not to flood areas too much. I don't really want to desaturate. In fact, I'm going to thin this a little more. Put another 2 drops of water in that. We want to get a little dirty. A little dirty shadow. Basically on the lower half of the machine. We'll put a little towards the face, maybe, to kind of pop up the contrast there a little bit more. but I want to reinforce that idea of the kind of zenithal prime. Vandanoir says, okay, you asked for it. Y'all's abuelos scramble their eggs for their huevos rancheros and don't hand make their tortillas. Keep up the lack-a-likes. I'm going to go after their hatch chili making skills. Now see, my grandfolks, Southerners, my grandma would make cornbread in a cast iron skillet, fried chicken, green tomatoes, it's actually kind of awesome. My grandfather and my grandmother would both cook quite a bit for myself and my siblings growing up. They always had very distinct meals between the two of them. Alright, same thing here. So little things like these lines on the legs there, this is a great spot for this thin down Agrex Earthshade. And we're just going to hit these like we did before. Let's slap some on there. Get that color into them cracks. Just deepening it. I don't care too much about the detail, to be honest. We're going to pick out the detail with our blue panels and our silvery bits. We just want to punch back down the lower half. Kind of return these mechs to where they were when they were primed. Which, if y'all recall, I primed them black and then gray and then white, with a heavy emphasis on the lower extremities in black. So we're going to concentrate our Agrex Earthshade on these undersides where the shadows kind of already are and punch them down even more. It's the legs, the lower parts of the side torsos, the undersides of the arms, and then a little bit around the face. Just a bit. Don't want much. That's a focal point, so we want a little more contrast there as well. Who is next? Centurion? Same deal, right here. We hit the legs, we hit the pelvis. Work quickly, get it on there. Try not to pool it too much. We don't want to homogenize the colors, but we do want to punch down them shadows. Popping my peas. Slink says, my grandparents used to make pancakes and sausage gravy. G-Pa made the pancakes and G-Ma made the gravy. Good breakfast for working in the cold. Heck yeah. Woo, Slink, you're racking up some points there. My papa made 12-gauge German meat salads for Uncle Sam. 12-gauge German meat salads. Spencer Good offers a chicken biscuit. I almost just scooped up that contrast paint instead of my ink wash here. Alright. Little punchy shadow action here. I think I got too much, so we'll pick it up and move it around. We can snag it with the capillary action off the brush and then push some off on the undersides of the arms. Very simple paint scheme, very simple paint up in general. A little bit around the face. Not much, just a bit. Alright. Next, Cyclops. Let's saturate them legs. Give me them legs, boy. That's a Always Sunny in Philadelphia quote, if you don't know. You saying that the CGL sculpt's lacking beefy? Serious talk though, I'm the only one who thinks the new sculpts look like they lack a military beefiness. I think that the MechWarrior Online sculpts have done a disservice to perception of BattleTech. Because honestly, in my mind, BattleTech is the old goofy art. The silly robots. It's almost like, you know, they were made from the drawings, not the other way around. And for the most part, I think CGL has done a really good job of bridging that gap and keeping them looking a little less, you know, a little more silly, a little less realistic. They've definitely been influenced by the MWO sculpts, which sucks because honestly, don't get me wrong, I love that they're available and downloadable and usable and ready to rumble. But the problem I have with the MechWarrior Online stuff is it kind of looks like all the mechs were designed by the same design workshop, if you will. They're all coming from the same think tank, from the same aesthetics, which because they were, you know, it's an art team who developed them for the game. They're all cohesive. It makes sense. But that in itself doesn't make sense in the BattleTech universe. There's tons of companies. There's tons of chassis. They all shouldn't look so similar. And I do believe that some of the beefiness that we've come to know in these designs comes from the video gaming of them. Some of the Skagen sculpts are better than others. Ended up effed up drafting is kind of traditional for BattleTech. Yeah. Ralpartha sculpt Atlas was a twig compared to the CGL man. Yeah, I also really don't like their decision to go with a bigger scale myself. And I understand why they did that. It's nice to have imposing models on the field. I totally get it. But I myself would love to see like more accurately represented sizing on these devices. And of course, to achieve that in BattleTech, you'd be playing with like the Battle Force models. Those are more accurately sized for 1/285th, actually. They make way more sense at that scale. Oh, I don't want a whole bunch of ink on that turret. Alright, these are nice and ink washed. We're going to let those dry for a moment while we move on to... How about a little dry brushing? Or, you know... We could actually take our same... No, we're going to dry brush a bit. We're going to dry brush a bit. Let's take our medium sea gray. Take our medium sea gray. A little bit of white. A little bit of cold white. Uh-oh. Are we locking up again, or is it just my phone? I think it might just be my phone. Is it? We're in the green over there. I think it's just my phone. Oop, we got a lot of stuff here. Example, the MechWarrior Online awesome looks heavy and intimidating, while the CGL looks so anemic. I think the CGL one is trying to get back to the original one. What the why is this buffering endlessly? Let's relaunch it. Why am I getting messages? Oh, there's so much happening at the on the CFM Discord. I can't check at the moment. Let's get off top chat. Let's go to all messages. I'm missing chat because Kogan sculpture better. CGL looks anemic. There was a time when no one at Fossa or Ralph Partha knew for sure what a commando's head looks like. From the art, there were several vowed ways. Oh yeah, look at some of the really intense angles that Dwayne Luce decided to go with. It like I'm surprised the Bushwhacker ended up with a design based on what Luce did for it. 3058 had a lot of mechs. That the illustration of the tech reader had no distinct silhouette and whether asymmetrical it was impressionistic. Yeah, that makes sense. You see a lot of it. One thing I'll say about CGL's scaling, it's more consistent with each other than Ralph Partha ever was. Yeah, it's true. Ralph Partha has no sense of scaling for it. But the CGL models they're too big. For one, like they're like twice the size they should be for any sense of realism, and then also for gameplay functionality. They overhang their hexes so bad. It's quite difficult to put mechs close to each other. Okay, so what we want here is a nice roughed up old brush. And I think we're gonna use, that one's maybe a little too stiff. No, I think it's okay. This is an old, don't even know. I'm gonna mix a little white into our medium sea gray. We're gonna keep it real dry here. It's fine. It's all right if it's a little chalky. I'm okay with that. And in fact, we're gonna use a extra base. Thought I had one floating around here. I don't know what I did with them. I'm gonna fall down stepping on this shit. Let's get this extra base here as a bit of a texture palette deal. Partha and Ironwind metals, some mix like Super Wolverine, 14 pieces, which is sadistic. That's fair. All right, so we're gonna use this little bit here like a texture palette to remove some of that paint. I'm gonna start dry brushing in our gray details. I removed too much there. Just hitting these with a little pop of lighter tone. Add some cool color into it. And we'll just take a moment to work on these while our inks are drying. This brush actually really sucks for what we're doing here, but it's fine. It'll do. I think there's just too much fiddly diddly details. If you don't know about fiddly diddling, I recommend checking out @Bell and subscribing to the fantastic work that he's doing here on the old YouTube. I miss the tapered in shoulders and the old awesome. The new ones lost some nice lines, but it's still okay, and you can tell it's an awesome. I mean, every Battletech mini was oversized. They take up a whole 30-meter hex, unless we want to play and paint 1-inch minis. That's a gaming conceit, or we play in much larger spaces. I think that there's something to be said for larger hexes too. You could still, if you're playing on like the 2 map sheet style, like you could get away with 1.5-inch hexes, and I think it would still be really manageable and fun. Hey, my neighbor's back to buy meth from the meth dealer. I love it. I know, because he's shouting up towards the window. His meth dealer lives on the 5th floor of my building. So the guy stands under my window and shouts up at the 5th floor. there are definitely some colorful characters in my neighborhood. And of course, I'm an insufferable busybody. Maybe not a busybody. Gonna vacuum tonight. Yes. They released some map scale minis and tried to tie them Battle Force, the Alpha Strike Press. Yeah, the Battle Force is great. I actually would love to paint those sets. There's not enough of them, unfortunately. That holds great appeal for me. I do like the trend towards more realistic stuff, but at the same time, it's fine. You know, BattleTech. One of the appeals to me, one of the elements of appeal to me is the whole like board gaminess of the of classic. It must suck to watch The Wire on TV and say it's not a TV show anymore. I know more about some of my neighbors than I care to, due to the drama that unfolded with the guys who used to live above me that flooded my apartment, and all the gossiping that would happen in the lobbies. I don't know. I've also lived here a long time. I've been here since 2009. And a lot of the people that are here are the same folks. Maybe half. About half the folks who were here before are still here. Alright, let's take a peek at how these are drying. They still need a little longer. So I think we can do one more pass with this dry brush here. I'm going to put a little more white into it. Just want to get a nice foundational dimensional gray. We're going to add a little bit more white. We want this nice cool color to contrast the warmth of everything else. Let's get that good and mixed in. I think I've given up on my texture palette thing. The board I'm building is 6 foot by 3 feet using 1.5 inch hexes. It's like 30 plus 8. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's flipping fantastic. You really get that sense of scale. I think that helps a lot too with like the really short range problem of BattleTech. Alright, so we're going to try to be a little more targeted with our dry brushing here. Try to really run perpendicular to stuff. We might put some color on this stuff. I'm not really thinking they're going to get too much color. I think they're going to get a bunch of dust and hints of overgrownness. Little bits of debris. And then all this pattern right here, all the spots that have that like this thing going on, those are going to get just painted metal. I think is what I want to do. This one, that one, we're on to this one now. Yeah, I think it would be a good excuse to hit that Vallejo metal color on those. 3 of those. We still got these. On down the line. Dry brushing it up. Who's this? Oh, of course, it's Lupus Nocturne. Lovely music. Alright, let's take a peek at our ink washes. Alright, they are still holding on. We're going to do one more layer of white. We're gonna really push our gray into white territory here. We're gonna do a very, very conservative, let's go 50-50 with this. I still want a little bit of gray to it, but I want it very bright. And we're gonna hit corners. Hit corners right there, right there. Boom, boom, boom. That one's done. Corners. Corner, 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 corner. Maybe the pipes on that one. Yeah, that makes sense. That's that. Right here, corner. Oop, that's too heavy. Corner, corner, corner. That thing, that's it. That's all we need. Same here. Corners, raised details, maybe that corner, maybe this corner, maybe that corner. That's it. Little variation in the gray. Same deal. Corners, corner that, maybe this corner and that corner. That's it. We don't want it uniform. Okay. So I think it is time to start putting on that blue. And I'm pretty sure I have a nice desaturated blue up here somewhere that we can use for it. This azure might be what we want to do, but I don't think it's quite dark enough. So I think we have a there's like a flat blue. There it is. We're gonna work the flat blue into azure. We kind of get this like steely, desaturated, yet still like somehow rich blue tone. And here I'll pull up the art again as a reminder as to what we're working on. It is a tan and ivory color with this blue. Let's see here. This guy, Cataract. Tan and blue. Blue panels. Kind of reserved even. What? We use... Ooh, that's gnarly. Let's clean this with some acetone. We gotta let our brush get nasty at it and clean it out well enough after that contrast paint. Kind of gunky. I think I got some up in the ferrule. Ah, yes. So I haven't shared with y'all the best part about the meth buyer is the meth dealer comes down and brings the man his drugs, and then they sit and hang out on the sidewalk together and smoke cigarettes while the guy's Staffordshire Terrier terrorizes people. It's so good. I hear his doggy attacking folks outside. Very aggressive dog. Dog attacked me one night. I informed the man that that's how you end up with a dead dog, and walked inside before I lost my cool. Four foot by 3 foot. My math was not mathing. It's 32 by 24 hexes at 1.5 inches. 4 by 3 is great. Like the equivalent of 2 of those neoprene mats, right? But 1.5 inches. I want to space at the end of each of my table sheets, dice, etc. Yeah, and that's something you definitely need, even for Alpha Strike, right? Don't you? You still need like a bunch of little sheets and whatnot. All right, so we're gonna take our brand new flat blue, and we're just gonna go nuts. We're gonna pick a few spots. We're gonna paint this on. I don't think it's quite dark enough. We may hit this with a some kind of blue wash of some sort afterwards. I could use that blue speed paint. We'll have to consider this like the mid-tone here for what we're going for. It's fine. We've made a decision. We're rolling with it. We're gonna go with it. I think I kind of like these hip joint caps. Let's make those in blue. I don't want to overdo this color. I'm thinking maybe like one panel on each limb. And then sometimes on the head. Like, I'd like to get it on the Cyclops head, but I think the entirety of the Cyclops head is the cowl, and I don't want to just have it a blue canopy. Or do I? That could look alright. It is a command mech. Could we get away with that? Man, that guy's dog. I hate that guy's dog. I'm a dog person, too. I just hear it. It's like a rabid beast lunging and snapping and barking. I don't mean to bitch so much, y'all. It comes out of it. I'm in the stream of consciousness mode. Maybe a bit on the chest, like one small panel. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. That could be really fun. Well, you know, I'm pretty sure they're supposed to get the insignia on the chest, which I am planning on doing. It's on the left breast of the mech. Yeah, I think we're gonna... I don't think we'll have room for a blue panel because I do want to do the little freehand detail on these as well. Which, of course, you know, bloats the project. And pushes it well out of the realm of achievability. I do kind of want some on the arms somewhere. We'll put one on this. Maybe not. We'll do this small panel right here. I want these to have a less is more approach. And then we'll do the same over here. We'll do another small panel. We'll do this one panel right here. Do this one little panel right here. Right chair. I'm not really in the shot. Perfect. I think that's it. I think that's really all the blue we need. So we still need to put silver on these guys. I still want silver on the weapons and the jump jets and such. Love me some motorcycles. Alright, Shadowhawk, same treatment. Bit on the chest. Oh, that reminds me, I need to look into getting printable decal sheets. Oh yeah, That's definitely something I really would love to look into myself. Let's do this whole. I was gonna do the whole missile housing, but instead let's do this little panel on the head. Small panel. And then Shadowhawk. I think we could just do blue elbow pads. I think that'd look pretty good. Am I in shot here? I have decal numbers too. I could put some on these. I'm not trying to go into too much here. The original goal was to paint these in their entirety by the end of a stream, but we're already 2 hours in. We could maybe finish these up tomorrow during the day. Not trying to overdo it on the streams though. These are neat little fellers though. Maybe even do a giveaway. I don't know. I haven't decided if I want to keep them yet or not. Sus motorcycles. Oh yeah, they're very sus. They're quite friendly fellers, you know. Where is our blue panel? I think it's these panels on the front of the leg, right there. Right there. And I started to just do the bottom half of that, but we're gonna just do that whole thing, the whole cap. I want the blue understated, like I've already stated. Bidoo-doo. Yes. We're quickly coming along. You know, I was thinking that these needed to be like a deeper hue, but I'm kind of digging what this blue is doing next to the really light color. The ivory tone kind of almost makes this look like a darker shade than it actually is. All right, yeah, one on each limb, one panel on each limb, each leg, each arm, and the head. Same deal here. Centurion. Centurion gets. It's a toss-up between this plate that goes across the top of the head and the fin. I think the fin is too obvious. I don't really want to do the fin. But I got to. I gotta do the fin. I gotta do the fin. The fin makes sense. Let's do it. Let's roll with it. I also just realized I forgot to dry brush first. I forgot to dry brush first. So I'm gonna need to redo the blue a little bit. Yeah, it had to be the fin. And then one panel on each of the arms. We're gonna do I think we're gonna do the stripe on the shield on this one side. And then we'll do the big chunky elbow pad on the other end. Unless we can find a better suitable spot on the gun. Let's do this. thinking the elbow pad, but if we can find something suitably stripy on the other side, that'd be really great. Give a small sense of symmetry. Okay. Is there a spot we could get a stripe effect? You know what? Let's just really understate it here. I'm gonna make it this small. There's a little tiny rectangular panel on the top of the gun. That's it. We'll go symmetry with the placement, but then asymmetry with the amount of blue from side to side. And then, you know, I like this idea of the caps of the hips being in blue. So we're gonna do the same thing right here. Very understated. Blue is barely an accent. You want enough blue to identify that it's there, but also enough camo that they're still camo. Or at least that's what I'm thinking here. Abraham says, does it really need a dry brush? You already have a ton of detail showing up. Good point. Good point. I was thinking that we'd do a dry brush, but there's a lot there. I think it could use maybe a targeted dry brush around the face. But then again, I'm planning on putting silver on them too. So you could be right. You could be right indeed. Alright, that's another one down. That's another one down. Now, the tough decision here is, am I just going to go full blue cowl on the Cyclops? And I think I am. It's the command mech. It's the command mech. There's no mistaking that it's a command mech. He's going to have a full blue cowl here. We're doing it. We're embracing this crazy idea. And this looks fine to me. That front lip of it too. Booyaka chow. Banana. Yeah. Yeah. Love it. Alright, now for the arm bits. We want to do I think this square thing on either side right here. So we're still doing like the joint cap. Blue helmet, UN Mech. Oh, I love it. Mr. KZ Freak says, I just mapped out what forces I want for my Capellan Confederation. Gonna have Lao Guards, St. Ives Lancers, thinking First Dimensions, of course some Death Commandos. I am planning on some Death Commandos myself. And I very nearly was going to paint these fellers in St. Ives Lancers, but I really wanted to do commando or camouflage, which is what had me end up on these Black Wind Lancers. So I don't mean to keep bumping the camera. It's very close to my face. I think that these like shoulder spots here kind of, they're still like going for that understated thing, but I think they do a good job in like asserting this guy's authority. And then we're really gonna embrace this leg cap thing. This mech also has these leg caps here. We're gonna go for it. These are really big ones, which makes sense on the command mech. I'm kind of excited to try this force out. They're just average pilots. All average pilots. Average pilots, average gunneries, or average armaments. A little bit of everything. Got some, you got an AC-5, an AC-10, and an AC-20 in the unit. You got a PPC in there. I think everybody's chucking a little bit of LRM. And then the Pegasus has the twin SRM-6, so it's out there crit seeking. Kind of fulfilling the role, a little bit of the role that a Wolverine would have done over the Shadowhawk. I just wanted some nice average boys. I wanted this to kind of be a lance that you could believe you'd be facing if you were playing MechWarrior 5. I guess the Pegasus doesn't really make sense because it's not in the game. Not that I know of, at least. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I was kind of thinking generic bad guys or generic defenders, and I rather love that. I feel like this is a lance put together while thinking like a game master. All right, excuse me. Let's do something similar with the Pegasus. We'll do this stripe down the middle, right there. Do the stripe. Do the stripe right here on the nose. Do the two fins, both fins in blue. That clean delineation between them. Ooh, or maybe just a little one. I like what we have going on there, actually. I think we're gonna stick with that. Just the little fin in blue. Push that color to the edge, the back of it. You know, what you think? Just the one or both? I'm thinking just the one looks good. We're continuing that like understated stripiness, and I'm digging it. I would like a little more blue on it, so we'll do these side panels right here on either side of the SRM. That's a little too much on the front. Okay, one more on this side. It's kind of like almost like a diamond-shaped panel here. Shows a little bit of the tan around it. I think it looks fabulous. That's it. That's all the blue we need on it. Same understated effect. Gamble 8 rolled 38. Lost 8 biscuit coins. Now has 579 biscuit coins. What am I doing here? If I go to... Where's the description? Do we have the link to the... Yes, there it is. I gotta log in. I gotta log into this damn thing. I did Warrior House Imara for my captains. Ooh, good choice. I was thinking that could have been an option as well for me. Continue. Oh wow. Am I logged in? I am logged in. Yes. Yes, we can do one of these. Okay, so we want to put some metal out now. Where are we sitting at? 8:19. We can make progress. We can keep rolling. It ain't over yet. Are we going to get done by 9 o'clock? No, it's not even possible. Not even remotely possible. But we're going to go as far as we can. Pop cat, pop cat. Pop cat. Is that what we're doing here? He's a cat that pops. Such a fun sound effect. Alright, so we're going on with the Vallejo acrylic metal color airbrush colors. Jet exhaust, Tobera reactor.
Oh my god, don't let it touch me!
Now, I'm a little worried that our metal color is gonna not get on well with these other colors on the palette. So I think we're gonna try to pick this stuff up. I've just made a mess of the palette, unfortunately. Pick up as much of that as we can. And you know, I still would really like to dry brush these lads. Nah, it's fine. You know, we can sell the effect. We can sell the effect of highlighting if we hit them real quick with a little bit of the azure on the edge of the blues. We're going to put a little bit of azure in our blue. A little bit of azure in there. Put a drop of water in there. Make sure it's nice and thin and flowy. And then we're going to go to a tinier brush. I think I'm going to use this. How's this 20-0? I think that one will do. It's starting to get a little frayed. A little ragged. That's fine. Let me mix this with a paintbrush, actually. So I don't dig through the parchment here. Gambles. I like that you've been taking it slow and steady with the gamble over the over the slots. Slots, much bigger rewards, but shittier odds for sure. All right. So we're going to take our flat blue azure mixture and we're going to trace it. We're going to trace it around right here.
I am the cream, yeah. The cream of the crop. And there is no one that does it better.
There is no one that does it better. I like that he gets cut off mid-sentence with that one. That one's got a global cooldown. It is Redeem Cream. But it does have a cooldown. You can't spam it too much. I think it's a 3-minute one on that. It's also 75 coins for that. But it is a 9-second interruption. And with that, I think I've hit this new tier of interruptions. We'll do some higher tier ones that take more screen time. I like the flashbang. I'm partial to it. Oh boy. That's dangerously close. That's dangerously close to something I don't really necessarily want to do. Y'all gonna force me to hire a photographer. Alright, so we're just doing like a quick little panel edge highlight on this. Kinda understated, just like the blue itself. Oh, almost dropped that boy. Get a little bit across here. Man, I don't know if y'all are hearing that dog barking, but it's like it lunges at every single person that walks by. It's crazy. The dog is absolutely going to injure someone one of these days. Alright. Was I sidetracking from here? I was going to do metallic, but I need to do these edge highlights while the blue is still wet. Is what happened. No bark on mic. Man, it's good. The what is it? Crisp? The built-in noise cancellation for Discord on the PC. I am continually impressed. Wait, this isn't Discord though. This is OBS. I'm sure it's got something similar. I also have a reduction, a decibel reduction. I think I'm at negative like 12 for this mic. Negative 17. So that probably has something to do with it. It's working like a bit of a noise gate. All right, you're highlighted. Next, get this lad little bit of blue on you. A little bit of blue. We'll do the same on these elbow pads. Do one of them, and then down the side. We're just gonna reduce these to like just a generic square. And same here. Just gonna trace the outer edge of it. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. There we go. That one's got a layer of highlight on it. I think we're going to do one more layer too of this here. Do one more layer, pushing this towards the azure blue a little bit, or azure, just straight up. And really, it's just for the command mag. I mean, I might as well do the second layer on everybody while I'm at it, but it's really just to push that depth on the one area that has a lot of blue on it. Bump, bump. Bump, bump. All right, who's next? A little bit of blue on this one. We'll do, I think we're just gonna trace the perimeter of this whole thing. Yeah, just trace the whole perimeter there. Oh yeah. Original Popcat is actually longer than that clip too. This one's trimmed down to 6 seconds because it just seemed like 6 seconds was like a good number for these WebM images. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. All right. And with that, we've gone around all these little blue panels. Do I need to do that? I think I need to do this one. All right. Now this, like, I want a bit of a drastic step up here. Honestly, I missed a spot on the back of this. There we go. Want a bit of a drastic step up here, but not too extreme. So we're gonna take our little bit of azure. We're gonna take a little bit of water. Take a little bit of that. We're gonna take some azure. We're gonna mix in the tip of a brush into that. That's not enough, so we'll do another one. We'll do it a brush tip at a time. I think that'll do it. Can't see because of reflection. All right. All right. So this guy's gonna get just basically what we did before, but on less of it. So we want this streaking in a smaller streak. And then actually, while we're here and we have the pure azure, we're gonna hit that little tip right there. Boom. Let's feather that some. Okay. And then if we're gonna do this level of highlighting anyways, we might as well put a few extra highlights on like the upper upper edges. Just accentuate it a little bit. And then right there, zip. Do some right here. Just kind of where it makes sense. Not the whole thing. Alright. I don't know why my tendency is to lick the brush. Can I fix that there? How do I do this? I do exclamation point, add points, Vandal, or 250. Autocorrect is fighting me hard. I may not have got it fast enough. Nope, there it goes. Got you some points now. Make sure to check out the link in the description to the Streamlabs page, the CloudBot loyalty store. If you're on PC, you can also monitor the chat from this page as well.
Well, butter my biscuits.
Beep. Beep. Alright, again, we're hitting areas that are the highest, most upper facing that would make sense. We don't want to spend a ton of time doing this. Put a little bit of extra on them. Let's hit the Shadowhawk. Bow. We'll hit the corners. On the elbow pads, we're going to hit 3 of the corners. So we're going to do the top 2 corners and then the outer lower corner, but leave that inner one untouched. And we'll do the same here. We'll kind of hit the upwards outer section of these, and that's it. Boom. That's all it gets. This boy, he gets a little on the tip of his crest. He crests need a little extra. That's it. I'll do a little dippy do right here on the front of that panel. That's it. And then here, we're gonna do a little streak on those 2 corners, and then same on the bottom. Just the 2 corners. Now, that's it. All right, that's it. This lad gets a little bit on that top edge. Okay, we'll do the top edge of this panel, just right there. It's out. And the top edge of that panel is out. And I think I missed some on the first pass. So we're I'm gonna fill that in right now while we're at it. Alright, and then this is just right across the top. Extra thick. Don't even know what they do, lol. They just they create interruptions like this.
And a double helping of gravy.
They're just avenues for chat to hijack the stream. Yeah. We're sitting at 8:37. I mean, we're making decent progress. We have the base colors for these boys laid down. I think we could possibly get on the... We can get on the metallics. And I think what I'll do is I will stream tomorrow earlier in the day for our EU friends so they can get a check of this. This paint scheme reminds me of my paint scheme For my generic Salama Force, I painted all my 2Cs. Yeah, I think it's awesome. I think it's important. And if they're selling the idea of generic Force, they're doing exactly what I want them to do. Okay, so we're going to bust out finally our metallic. Bink, bonk, bink. We'll do 3 drops there. And I think we can continue with that same pointy brush. Yeah. And we still want to work kind of in the same order we were going before. We're going to put it on weapons. So we'll put it on the PPC barrel here. PPC barrel, fill it all in because we're going to hit it with a gnome oil after this. All the weapons, the obvious joints, and occasionally extra bits of detailed areas. This one's a tight fit. I'm going to be real careful here. I've removed a lot of the paint from my brush onto my thumb. Do that. And then we'll do the laser. Yes, we'll do this laser over here. And then I hope y'all can see this shit separates out so fast you have to basically stir it every second. It's a really nice paint, but because it's intended for an airbrush, something about that formulation has it just separate instantly on your palette. I'm not sure if we're going silver hands on this set. I usually do. It's kind of like my go-to detailing. Okay. And all these little tabby handles should probably go in silver as well. So we'll do these. And then I think this little bit that's sticking out of the back end of the knee, I think that should be silver. Beep, 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 beep. People are being impatient. And then we have this like hook bar thing. Not sure what the function would be. Maybe something tied to like radiative cooling or whatnot. And then the jump jets themselves. No, I think we could get away with leaving them kind of the same color as the mech. I'm kind of liking that, and then we can do a little OSL on them if I'm going to be painting on these tomorrow anyways. Tomorrow or Sunday. Might be a Sunday thing, actually. It's grab handle for battle armor. Ah, yes. When I send that care package, I'm going to send you some latex gloves, by the way. I got a full box of nitriles here. Cyclops might need some front leg stripes. Look pretty monotone, and the quick clip could be wrong. Yeah, I could see it. I think it got a little washed out right here on the front. I don't there. Yeah, I still got some of that color. Let's add a little bit extra. Do a little bit Put a little extra breaking up of the detail on it. Good eye, mister. I think part of it too is the Cyclops probably got the best of the darker color down here compared to the others. $8.43. Yeah, I think I'd rather paint on these again than go over my usual 3-hour stream. So what we're gonna do is, I'm trying to think if I have anything going on Sunday. I think we'll come back to these Sunday for an EU friendly stream. We'll do a daytime thing. I don't know, either morning or like noon. And finish these up. And then it's back to the regular schedule this coming week. And in fact, since I'm accepting that as the path we're taking, let's just wrap these up here and end a little earlier. Now, Battle Armor would never load themselves to ride on a non-Omni. Transportation tie-downs. Ah, that makes sense too. Yeah, so I don't particularly feel like fighting this this metallic at this moment. So I'm gonna wrap it up. Let's get a recap of what we've done. These mechs are base coated with some very simple camouflage. I still kind of would like to dry brush a little extra detail onto them. And it's definitely hard to see on the camera here compared to what I'm getting with the naked eye. Boom, let's go 65-degree view. They need a little something extra. I think they need the contrast pushed just a bit more. They're a little flat. So the process now is we need to hit all the weapons. I'm still not 100% sure if I'm going to do the silver hands or not. That's usually what I do. All the grab handles and stuff. We'll be thinking about a cockpit color. And we'll get these bases done up and detailed. And we'll give these lads another 3 hours this Sunday. Yeah, let's call it Sunday. I'll put that on the calendar for noon Pacific Standard Time on Sunday. I'm not going to push it into tomorrow. I'd rather not do 2 days in a row on them. But we'll bring it back Sunday for a EU-friendly stream. We're going to get these lads finished. I kind of want to play with them first, but I'm leaning towards a giveaway to a subscriber, a raffle. If not this set, then we will do a paint up. We'll do a paint up with a raffle at some point soon. I think it'll be fun, and the CloudBot loyalty page does have a feature to do a raffle, so we could even do it live. I think a green cockpit will work well. Might even tie into loud green. I like that. Now, I'm leaning towards green myself. Let's check in on the poll. So it looks like in this moment, Bleep Blorp has won out on the Meet Morp poll. I want to thank y'all for coming through and hanging out today. This has been really refreshing to jump into it. And ironically, I don't paint a lot for fun. In fact, I don't ever paint for fun anymore. So it's been really good. I like to finish this set up, so we will. We're going to finish this up on Sunday. You know, come through if you want. No pressure to, ever. But if you do come around, you'll get them loyalty points that you can spend on the TTRPG Tuesday event. Episode 3 of the Sailors on the Starless Sea. We'll join our intrepid band of level 0 heroes as they roll dice and battle against each other and the map. It's been a lot of fun, but I'm tired, and I'm going to call it a few minutes early. As always, I want you all to remember to be happy while you're painting, and to know that your participation in these here live streams events makes me happy while I'm painting. So thank y'all so much for coming through tonight. In any case, that's all I got tonight. Catch y'all soon for the next stream here on Country Fried Minis. Toodaloo!